Joining us for Primetime Local News today is author Freddy Cruz to speak on his novel called They Canceled the DJ, and this was released earlier in the fall. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for the invite. I've never been on Canadian television, so this is a first in my entire life. I'm excited.
Perfect, and we're really glad to be able to have you on here. Now, can you tell us by starting off, of course, what this book is all about?
Well, this book is inspired by actual events, which uh, go back to a music festival a few years ago. One of my DJ friends, his name is Tyler, he works on the radio station with me, and he was backstage with a band that shall remain nameless. And there was a photographer and then her coworkers, and he thought he was hitting it off with her until she ditched him for a musician. And so that's where it's inspired by actual events. So I took the raw idea of what happened with him, which is funny in and of itself, uh, but I took it and turned it into a worst case scenario, which would be not just a musician ditching somebody who thought he had a chance, but this is a world famous, think Shawn Mendes, but with a bunch of tattoos and a beard. Think this kind of fame, but ditching a girlfriend, ditching AC, the protagonist, on stage for the world to see. And then after that, hilarity and mayhem and chaos ensue.
This book already sounds like it has a very interesting storyline. Now, of course, you are a media personality in the Houston area, so you are saying that this was an inspiration for this novel?
Yes, absolutely. And he and I had spoken, and we still, I mean, he's a coworker, so we speak pretty much every day. I work during the midday, he works at night, but we've spoken at length numerous times about the infamous incident. So yeah, he has fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it, obviously, because I wrote a whole book about this situation.
Since this has been released, how has support and reaction been for you?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. I have never had a blurb, an endorsement from a media source, from a newspaper that actually goes on the back matter of the cover. And so I want to shout out to Kimber Fountain, who is the editor for Galveston Monthly, gave me a nice blurb. One of my buddies, another coworker of mine, his name is Kevin. He blurbed the book for the front cover. So it's really cool. And the people who what we call in the industry beta readers, the beta readers enjoyed it, and that was the kind of unedited version of the story. And so they got that first glimpse, that quote unquote backstage view of the story in its infancy.
And for people wanting to check it out and they're interested already hearing about this novel, where can they go online to be able to access it and everything?
Yeah, sure. They can go to Amazon, or they can hit up my author website, thefreddycruz.com. So that's Freddy with a Y, FreddyCruz, thefreddycruz.com.
Perfect. Was there anything else you want to add about this novel that I may have missed out on?
If you like to lampoon fandoms, I know this is the land of the Biebs, of Justin Bieber. If you lampoon the fandoms and you like to make fun of them, well, this is kind of a satire on crazed fandoms. If you are a fan of music in general, or of terrestrial radio, this is your story. It's not too serious. It's a bit of it's got some dark elements because it is a dark comedy, but it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun writing it, and I hope you enjoy a brief escape from the realities of 21st century Western Hemisphere life.
Well, thanks again so much for joining us today, Freddie.
Thank you.